Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Cree and this is Cree's Motherfucking Corner. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be about Cardi B and has she fallen off or declined musically. Okay, so everything that I'm going to speak on today is based on my observation and my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, beat me up, okay? I don't have all motherfucking day. Also, don't come over here thinking you finna drag because I drag back, depending on how I feel that day. The point is, y'all, this stuff don't be that serious. We are all just commenting on the music that's been presented to us, okay? So let's start with WAP and why I feel like she has declined musically, period. So WAP was very iconic, like no tea, no shade. WAP was very iconic. I gotta give her 10s for that. It was a collab, keep that in mind, but it was iconic. Up, I'm not the biggest fan of Up, don't really care about Up, I acknowledge that she went #1 on Billboard with Up, period. Just the song within itself, I didn't really care for, but I understand why it worked and why other people liked the song. It was very catchy. I completely understand. Hot was hot. I knew that this song was gonna be trash the second I heard it. The second I heard that song, I knew she wasn't that girl. This is where we start to, you know what I'm saying, girl? Let me make sure I'm not ashy. Anyways, this is where she started to decline musically. The features, again, collabs. It had Lil Durk, it had Kanye West on there. Honestly, y'all, I don't even remember how hot shit sounded because I haven't heard it in so long, but I know that it is not a good song. Matter of fact, let me go to it real quick. Hold on. I remember it being hot shit. It sound like we're trying to make a strip club song or a club song. That's how this song sound to me. It just sound like we're trying to make something for the club. It don't sound authentic. So yeah. Also, the cover art for the song is sickening, okay? But you know, as we go on, we gonna understand how we don't care about visuals. Cover art's all, when it comes to Belle Callis, I gotta give her 10s. It's always the cover art, the visuals, like the music videos, the hair, the makeup, the fashion. Always her team eat it up every time, okay? But we not talking about that. We're talking about music. The title of the video is about music. So yeah, now in her verse on Hot wasn't even bad. It was Kanye verse that was bad, but still the overall production and all of that, I don't want to hear that. I just don't. Now let's move on to Bongos. These, mind you, it's been years in between all of this. I think WAP was 2020, Up was 2021, 2022 Hot, 2023 Bongos. No ma'am. It sounded a mess. I don't know how to say it sounded a mess without saying that it sounded a mess. Megan was the most outstanding part to me, and that's just because Megan just delivered on the song better. I heard every word she was enunciating. It wasn't hard for me to hear what she was trying to convey. With Cardi, it just felt like a big run-on sentence, and that's like becoming a theme with her, rapping like a run-on sentence. Another thing that made Bongos like flop to me, the cover art, okay, with her and Megan Thee Stallion. First of all, when her and Megan Thee Stallion do anything after WAP, you know, unintentionally, it's just gonna have to like be compared to WAP. Everybody is gonna compare it to WAP because that's just what it is. Like, they want to see if you gonna do the same thing over. I wouldn't have even did Bongos with Megan. I would have did that with like a Latin artist. Megan just was not the right person to do that type of song. It sounded like a Latin trap type of song. Like, it should have been a Latin artist on there, especially she was trying to mix in a little Spanish with it. Megan just didn't make sense, but Megan ate it up. It is what it is. But yeah, they kind of like the cover art. Obviously, people was like, oh, it's gonna be WAP 2.0. I already put an expectation on it because of the cover art. Then Cardi came out and said, you know, she was gonna trick us because the cover art didn't match what the song was gonna sound like. If I have time, I'm gonna find a picture of the cover art. Hopefully, maybe I'll put it here somewhere. I don't know. But the point is, she said that the song wasn't gonna sound like the cover art, but baby, the song sounded exactly like the cover art. What else is a Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B song gonna sound like? I'm actually upset because I heard rumors that they were gonna do, I think, Candy Shop, Sample Candy Shop or something. I can't remember, but that would have been more sickening than Bongos. Bongos, Cardi sounded, again, like just a run-on sentence, okay? Now, it's 2024. Like Wot Freestyle. Again, music video. Sickening. Always, like, and let me dial back in sickening. I think her hair and makeup was sickening. The music video was just kind of, it was just her walking around the house being cute. So it wasn't really like a vision there. The house that she was in though was sickening. Like, it looked so futuristic. I love the way the house looked, but the music video was just kind of me, you know, just being whatever. How I feel about the song.
I'm tired of samples.
I am tired of samples. Like, if artists are gonna sample, I need them to be more creative, period. It's just like they are literally just taking the beat and just rapping over it. It's not even like versus a Kanye West. When he sample a song, it's like through the song, but it's not directly on the song, if you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I feel like some people gonna know what the I'm trying to say. Like, he is not just copy and pasting the production on his songs. He might lace it through there or loop it through there or whatever, but it's just not copy and paste. She's a production by Timbaland and Missy Elliott. That is one of the most iconic, legendary beats I have ever heard in my life. I quite frankly think anybody would have sounded good on that beat. If you got a little bit of a flow and a little bit of a cadence, girl, you could have ate that up. You watching this video, if you was on that beat, you could have ate that up because it's not really hard to do. That beat is so good. My little 10-year-old cousin can rap on that beat and it's gonna sound fire. So I think the standout from Like Wot Freestyle is the production. Again, Cardi, first of all, let's talk about freestyle in 2024. It's not a freestyle. I think that we only named it a freestyle because if it doesn't do well, then we can lean on the fact that, oh, well, it was just a freestyle. But the song structure is given single. Chorus, verse, chorus, verse. Like, girl, this is a single. That's what it's giving. I just think overall, Cardi is kind of, I don't know what's going on. Actually, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, because this is a thing. I think that every female rapper or every rapper can have their own lane of music. They can have their own sound of music. Everybody can make their own sound, right? But I think if you're gonna have the same sound, you have to elevate it at some point, because in a minute it could get real redundant. So an example would be Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of people say that she have like one flow, one cadence or whatever, but she is not afraid to play with different production styles. Like Cobra was completely different from Megan. Sweetest Pie was more of a poppy sound production wise for Megan. His, well, I feel like his was probably regular Megan, but it's still like she's not afraid. Her, for example, her with the house beat behind it, she's not afraid to use her sound on a different beat. Like she's not afraid to do that. With Cardi, the production is like it's getting like predictable with her. Bongos beat, the way it sounded, it was very predictable to me. Like, I don't know. I think that female rappers can have their own lane. Rico Nasty, Glorilla, everybody can have their own lane. All you gotta do is eat it up. All you gotta do is eat it up. I think Cardi, her sound is, you know, trap, strip club songs. She's not really like who I look for lyricism, but I feel like when she make a song, kind of like her verse on Tomorrow too, Cardi is like a quotable type of girl. Like she's just, you know, giving us quotables or whatever. So I'm talking about like her solo music. Girl, we all over the place. We're all over the place. Mind you, 5 singles at this point. She hasn't put out an album since 2018. And then another thing about the sampling thing, Bia sampled Bia ate that up. But the reason why is just like stylistically, the way that she executed it was different and fun. Like she mixed in the drill beat behind the production, so she added like her own type of flair to it. With Cardi, it was just like copy and paste and I'm gonna rap on a beat, and then that was it. As far as lyricism or bars, she's not really saying anything, which is, I mean, that's the normal with Cardi. She usually doesn't really say anything. You might get a bar maybe here or there, but girl, you're not gonna get a lot of bars. She got a lot of quotables, but bars, I mean, no. Just because words rhyme together don't mean that it's a bar. Just because cat in the hat and the mat and the rat don't mean that I just said no bars. It's just me rhyming words together. So let's just put that out there. But yeah, I just think musically, like, I don't know what's going on with her. I wish she would have dropped the EP like in 2020. Give us some insight into where she is musically, because just a single here and there is kind of like, girl, we all over the place. We are all over the place, and it's just not panning out the way I think she thinks it's panning out. She previewed hella snippets and they all sound a mess. I'm not even trying to be shady. Even her own fans were saying that. Like, I'm being serious for real, y'all. Now, when we talk about features, Tomorrow 2 stuck for her, which is amazing. That song was, to me, Tomorrow 2 is like an anthem type of song. Like, everybody and their mama know Tomorrow 2. Everybody and their mama know her verse on Tomorrow 2. It was a really good verse. Again, gotta give her 10s for 10s are due. But we can't rely on features. And I've been seeing people say that, like, we get to a point where singles are okay and like certain artists don't need albums. I think y'all, a certain artists don't need albums, lie. A fat Faison, lie. These people need albums. Like, I don't know who lied to who, but this narrative starting to go around that like people don't need albums. They do need albums, because what, like, I'm somebody that cares about longevity of an artist. And I feel like if a certain person don't need an album, then y'all shouldn't compare certain people to certain people who does have a discography full of albums, full of classic albums, full of amazing or good albums, to people that are just putting out singles. We not doing that. So if a girl ain't gotta put out an album, then don't be comparing these girls to people. I mean, don't be comparing the single girls to girls who's putting out bodies of work. That's not, okay? I also feel like Cardi set herself up, or I'm not even gonna say Cardi. I'm gonna say the people around her and the general public, y'all set her up immediately. Like, once y'all seen how Invasion of Privacy did, immediately comparing her to Nicki. Immediately comparing her to other people. Y'all should have never did that, because now that put a lot of pressure on her. So understandably, a lot of people are looking at her to make a certain type of music because of how high, because of how high y'all put her on the pedestal. So now everything that she dropped is gonna get compared to Nicki. Everything she dropped is gonna be also, while we're talking about comparisons, Cardi is not the only female rapper out anymore. And I know y'all probably thinking like she never was. She was and wasn't. Like, when it was her and Nicki, she was like the people's champ. Nicki is always gonna be Nicki. Her spot is already there. But Cardi was the people's champ. Like, that's all people cared about. Now that we have Megan Thee Stallion, we have Glorilla, we have Doja Cat, we have Flo Milli, we have Lotto. It's so many other directions that we can go to listen to, honestly, the same type of music that Cardi putting out. If it's people that's making better music than what Cardi is doing, why wouldn't I just go listen to them? Because Cardi is not doing anything differently than what they doing. And they doing it better. That's my point in saying that. So it's like, she needs to push herself more. Music, like, I don't know. We need to go to some type of boot camp. I don't know. I don't know why a freestyle that had 9 writers on it sounds like that. Because if there's 9 writers, that means that somebody should have been able to come up with a better way to put this song together, because it sounded a mess to me. That's just my opinion. It's just so much more out there to explore now with female rappers, and for her to be putting out songs this mediocre, it's just kind of like they're gonna continue to flop. Hot shit flopped, Bongos flopped. Like Wot Freestyle is also gonna flop. It might be cute or hot for like a good 2 weeks, but after that, girl, we won't ever hear from this song again. She needs to be dropping an album at this point. Like, let's just get it over with. This song is not better than Hiss. It's not better than Sideways, No Bars Freestyle. It's not better than Yeah Glow. It's not better than Never Lose Me. It's not better than Rich Tivities by Sweetie. Okay? Y'all can say whatever y'all want about my girl Sweetie, but my girl eats. I don't care what y'all say. Sweetie, she can catch her one every now and again, and Rich Tivities is that one. Y'all just gonna have to cry about it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, all of those songs I just named, why, like, you know? And it might be some people out there that really like Wot Freestyle. Girl, if you like the song, listen to the song, like, period. I'm just one person. But I'm just saying how I feel about the song. Like, I won't ever hear that song again. But I feel like musically she has 100% declined from Bartier Cardi and Get Up 10. As a celebrity, she's gonna be just fine. Of course, she's gonna continue to get brand deals. She's famous. I think personality-wise, she is absolutely okay. But musically, when it's time to have conversations, stop comparing. At least stop comparing her. Or we can compare her. But it's starting to look like... And if you like what I had to say today, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I need to tell y'all the truth because ain't nobody else gonna tell y'all. So, if you want to talk to me, my name on Twitter is @KRE3_. And let's converse. Let's talk about music.